Hey guys, welcome to Gallup Gardens. So today it is spring, zone 7B. I think we're in April now, and it is a beautiful day. It is a super busy, beautiful day. I think we're going to break the rules of composting today. So, stay with us. We're also planting flowers, and we're doing all kinds of other cool things. What else? So we've had some tragedy. Some dogs got in and killed all of our chickens. Today we're going to compost them and a few other things, and rabbit manures and things like that. So stay with us while I explain all this and we have some fun. Okay. So talk about you can't compost chickens, you can't compost meat, dead animals, things like that. And for the most part it's true, but if you do it right, it'll be just fine. They'll break down just fine. Why can't you? Ideas about disease, in alchemy and in ancient chemistry, they talked about you could make tinctures, make salves and medicines and things like that out of anything from the plant kingdom or the mineral kingdom, but never the animal kingdom. And that's because it's just nasty and it doesn't work and it doesn't preserve well and it makes you sick. Composting is kind of an alchemy. It's a fermentation, a decay. Everything's returning to its original form, to its smallest particles, smallest little bitty tiny bits. And everything composts. Humans do, animals do, buildings do, everything. Steel does, everything rusts, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, So how do you do this effectively? How do you guide that process? How do you keep the rats out? That's the kind of the biggest complaint about gardeners and composting meat and bones and oils and things is it attracts rodents, and then rodents get in your garden, and that's no good. Well, we don't have rats. We have cats. Too many cats. Stray cats everywhere. And obviously we have stray dogs everywhere because they killed all of the chickens. And my mom's very upset. And we're very upset, and it sucks. But, don't let them go to waste. So what do we got here? We got some dead chickens. And what we're going to do is we are going to throw them in the bottom of the compost. We're going to cover them up with a whole lot of browns, mix in some greens also, and kind of go from there. Also got, some other forbidden things. We're smoking ribs, so got some blood here. And we're going to pour a little bit of pork blood. There you go, pork blood in. It's mostly water. So they're like, don't compost that. But when you buy organic fertilizer, you're buying blood and bone meal, right? So why not? It all adds in. It all breaks down. It all does the good stuff. We've also got some kitchen scraps. Right? So lots of coffee grounds, lots of eggshells, lots of that kind of stuff. Talk about eggshells really quick. Everybody thinks that there's some kind of wonderful, miracle compost thing. Not even for compost, but for putting around your tomatoes to kill slugs and give them calcium and all that. Just throw them in the compost, guys. Just crush them, put them in there. Don't overthink it. What else we got? We got lots of potash here. Bang. Why do we have potash? Just cleaned out the smoker for the ribs. So we're going to have ribs and salmon today. And then we've got bunny poop. Lots of bunny poop. It's going in there. We're just going to kind of layer this up. And then if you see this right here, this is the winter compost that hasn't broke down well. So we're going to stir all that up and throw that on top. We're going to get the whole thing nice and moist. And it's going to reheat, cook back up 145 degrees, break back down. all that process is going to be happening so fast that it's just going to consume these chickens. There shouldn't even be much of a smell at all other than the smell of compost, which will keep the animals out, because it's going to be buried under like 3-4 feet of fermenting amalgamations, all kinds of wild good stuff. Yeah. So, but you know, you can't do this without lots of browns, and that's the thing. So we've got some leaf mold here, which is just the gathered leaves from the fall. Lots of leaf mold, lots of browns to absorb that smell and add carbon. There we go. It's good stuff. Winter compost. So check this out. You know, it didn't get hot enough. Some of it's broke down, some of it's leaves, some of it's eggs, some of it's pecans. So give that all another really good mix to let it do its thing. What is this thing? Old Brussels sprouts. Yeah. Some hay from everybody's pumpkin decorations. Needs to get remixed, added back in, so you can get it hot enough to kill these pecans, to kill these weed seeds. I don't even know how the pecans got in there. Here's some banana peels. Here's a pumpkin, or a spaghetti squash. Right? It's all about mixing it up. Oh no, my microphone. What this is going to do is give us a good jump start on spring and summer composting. Really good. Bust up that hay. That's the problem with that hay, is it's been clumped up. I didn't spread it out good enough. The trick also is moisture. You know, people talk about getting your compost too wet or anaerobic. Get out of here. Those are red wasps. So you got to get everything nice and wet. People talk about getting your compost too wet, too anaerobic. That is not necessarily a problem in Oklahoma. We have really wet springs, and then we have really dry summers. And we've been in a drought for a while. We've been in a burn ban. So it kind of works itself out. How wet do you want your compost? You want your compost where you squeeze it and get 1 or 2 drops out. So that's pretty moist, you know. Throw some more browns on, another layer here to absorb the smells. Like I said, you gotta have lots of browns, right? Throw a little more of this old greens on, of this last year's. We'll get both of these really rolling. Oh yeah, look at that. See how much that is. There are billions, trillions of life forms in that compost. More than our national debt, possibly, of life in that compost. Just absolutely beautiful. What this is going to do, there we go. What this is going to do is inoculate the new compost, along with all the stuff that's already in there. So we'll get these two mixed together, and it's going to fire right back up. Spaghetti squash. Yeah. And we'll get this all going for about 4 weeks. Turn it again. maybe 3 weeks, turn it again, and then put it back in for another 3. Let it cook again, and then it's ready to go. Styrofoam never breaks down. That's awesome. Okay. You can also probably see it. So we've got some ungerminated pumpkin seeds. We've got some germinated pumpkin seeds. So they'll do their thing too. All right, a little more of the forbidden. Oh man. Which one was this? This was a sapphire gem. She was really pretty, really sweet. Put that in the middle. This was my mom's favorite chicken, Ruby. I think she was an Orpington. So it's just kind of the suck about urban homesteading, you know, is you can't control the animals. Not that you can't in the country, but in the country you can give them lead poisoning with your rifle. Oh yeah, that bunny poop's gonna break down real nice. Gonna look real good. So, what are chickens made out of? Protein. Feathers are made out of, what is that, keratin? Keratin? Hair, basically. You know, the same stuff that your hair is made out of. Calcium in the bones. Yeah. All the micro and macros that your plants need. I guess I could have buried a chicken in each bed deep down, but I think this is going to be better, quicker, give nutrients to the garden more efficiently. Also, I don't want possums and raccoons and things like that digging up my beds because they can smell something under there. This is going to be a cacophony of smells. You know, there's going to be so much going on, it'll be hard for them to pick it out. But they might. And if they do, it's just compost. Oh, yep, there's that hay that would not break down. The hay is the main reason that I'm remixing. It's because it was not breaking down. And I don't want the weed seeds coming back. Styrofoam. When you're going around and gathering freak autumn leaves, they're not as picky as I am about keeping the trash out and cleaning up. Worried about all that nastiness getting into your plants. So you just kind of filter it out as you can. More pumpkins. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the pumpkin video where we went around and gathered up everybody's pumpkins and composted them. It's probably one of my cutest babies, you know. Check it out, it's right up there. And you can kind of see our progression from the fall to the spring to the winter, using our compost, all that good stuff. Ooh, there's more of that hay. Hay is a green. I know it looks brown. Thing is, if it was not allowed to be, if it wasn't cut and killed or harvested in the winter when it was allowed to die naturally, then it's still a green. Coffee grounds are a green too, even though they're black, which means they're mostly nitrogen. Yeah. Look at that. I also don't know if you've been following us for long or at all, but built this whole thing. Me, my truck, some fence posts. I think I might have used a chainsaw on some of it. Heavy duty thing. Before inflation, before times have gotten crazy. But these bad boys cost me $7 a piece. These bad boys, right? I forget, these are like $7 a piece too, the posts, but did it all on the cheap. You want to make about 5 cubic feet of compost. So we kind of measured them out roughly, and that's how we've set them up. And they've worked really well. Compost is about getting enough mass together to break down rapidly. Also, there's not a lot of science to it. It's not, try not to overthink it. But, 5 cubic feet and throw it in there, let it do its thing. This stuff needed to be turned real bad. There's still eggshells in here, all kinds of things. Hey. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. So browns, compostable as well. Ugh, some little bug on me. These are oak browns. Lots of acorns, lots of oak leaves. Good stuff. Alright guys, that is it. It's about 5 cubic feet of compost. Chickens are at the bottom of it, the blood's at the bottom. All the pathogens and nasty things. All those things will heat up to 140, maybe 160 degrees repeatedly. Especially now that we've turned this and we've added oxygen and water to it. It's going to be a little furnace for a while. At least 2-3 weeks. Let me know. Terrible idea? I don't think so. But I'll listen. I'll definitely reply. Put in the comments. Good idea, you know. Using everything we can. So, if you made it this far, you know, help us grow. Like and subscribe. I promise to put more cute babies in the videos. More puppies, you know, all those things. So, alright, we'll see y'all later.